All right, welcome back. So, upcoming class prediction, which is even crazy that we're even talking about this because I felt like Deadeye literally just got released, but I guess it has been over 5 months now. But because of that, we should be getting some news on a potential new class here at some point. And me personally, for the longest time, I have really wanted a male Necromancer class in BDO, right? Something that gives off those like dark vibes like Sorceress, but obviously the male counterpart, and maybe still having like a similar unique massive scythe, because I think that just fits the class in general, but adding some insane crazy undead summonings, right? But hands down, like for me personally, Necromancer in general is probably like my favorite class to play, which if we look at like the popular MMOs that do have a Necromancer class, you have Elder Scrolls Online, you have Guild Wars 2, and then you also have it in RuneScape 3, which obviously the combat is completely different when we compare it to BDO and ESO. I guess you could also say like Unholy Knight, Dark Knight there in World of Warcraft, right? Even though it's technically not called a Necromancer, you can still like summon minions. But yeah, that's kind of the popular MMOs that come to my mind with the Necromancer class. So yeah, I mean, BDO, right, has given us a ton of classes over the years, right? Most of the classes are really cool, really sick, but a male Necromancer class would be like the cherry on the top, right? And it's not me just kind of saying it. I feel like the community as a whole has really wanted a Necromancer class, right? Has been asking for this for years. And it wouldn't really be that hard to slot this class into the existing lore. And with the upcoming Demonland expansion, I feel like that would be like the perfect time to add him, right? And you know, if we take a look at the most recent class, the Deadeye class, right? It's a gunslinger class and it's extremely unique. No one thought they would actually ever add that into the game, right? So it's probably the most unique class that we've gotten so far, which, you know, if we're honest, doesn't really fit the lore, but they made it fit the lore. So, you know, I feel like a male Necromancer would definitely fit in. And I think the player base is just hungry for something even more unique, like being able to summon creatures. And like this would be cool to like have a skill where if you kill the mobs at any grind spot in the world of BDO, you can then summon them back to life. Kind of like solo leveling, if you've ever watched that, which if you haven't, highly recommend you checking that out. It's an amazing, super good anime. But just imagine having like, say, a max of 3 creatures, right? You can summon, but they can come from different grind spots. So maybe one mob can come from like orcs, another one can come from like underground Gyfin, and then the third mob could come from, say, like Darkseeker's Retreat, right? And just to keep it simple, all of the mobs can have similar kind of like attack patterns, skills, whatever it may be. You know, if they're more of like a melee, they just have similar melee skills, or if they're kind of like a magic, they have similar magic skills, because trying to add like different attack patterns for all of the summoning mobs would probably take way too long. But maybe having this kind of Necromancer class in general would really help the game and maybe bring some people back into the game. But let's see what the community is kind of predicting the next class to be. All right, so let's take a look here at this post. Demonland's class prediction. You might have been thinking Deadeye just released yesterday, but it actually has been close to 5 months now. That's so crazy to even think that Deadeye it's been 5 months. Time just flies by so fast, right? Like my son just recently turned 2, and I felt like yesterday he was just being born. Like it's so crazy. The time just goes by so quickly. I feel like back in high school, the time would go so slow. And then once you got out of high school, it just, boom, zoomed by. But anyway, with the recent trends, new class releases are 6-month cycles, so I thought we could start speculating as it's always fun. What kind of class fantasy are you expecting from the Demon Lands class? Well, I already told you at the beginning, Necromancer. Please, please let it be a male Necromancer. Half naked woman with a whip. You know, that actually could potentially fit the theme. Could actually fit the theme pretty well. Medium range, okay. High mobility, high DPS, has a grab. You gotta give it a grab, right? Maybe the whip wraps around the person. Medium APM. You know, that probably sounds about right. I'm kind of surprised we don't have a class like this, honestly. Instant reroll. It sounds like Ivy from Soul Calibur. I don't know. I don't know who that is. I'll have to look that up later. I've been thinking about a whip sword class myself. It could be very interesting in aesthetics, something in the lines of Renji's sword, if you've ever seen Bleach. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Actually, when we were doing the dungeons, the second dungeon boss is actually kind of shaped like Renji's sword, which is kind of crazy. Look it up. I'm telling you, look it up. They look almost identical. All right, so I wanted to show you this real quick, but this is the boss of the second dungeon. And if we take a look at the Bleach here, so Renji's Bankai, his sword, look at that. Look how similar this is to the second boss. It's even got like the little kind of red hair, like kind of spiking out. And look, it even has like the similar like spine, like the spine, the little spikes. This right here also has spikes. I'm telling you, bro, like super familiar. Anyway, I've always loved the whip as a weapon in video games, but not many have them, especially MMOs. That's true. It would be nice and satisfying to hear them whip cracks, especially with BDO's combat. All right, we know what this person's into. Ivy from Soul Calibur would be insane. Okay, I gotta look this up now. I gotta look this up. Ivy from Soul Calibur. All right, hold on. Give me a second here. Ivy Soul Calibur. Okay. So it's like a, so it's like a sword, but like a whip. That's kind of cool though. Interesting. Oh gosh. This character model though. Oh goodness. Yep, this would definitely fit into BDO. Golly. Oh wow. Necromancer accurate lore. Yeah, I feel like Necromancer would definitely fit into Demon Land. Necro question mark. People have been asking for Necro longer than Gunslinger. It's either not arriving ever or will be a less unique and more naked Suck Nova. I'd love a male Necromancer that fully embraces the evil wizard style, long robe and hood and all. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That would be really cool. Succubus class. Yeah, with the whip. Yep, I could definitely see that for sure. It's gonna be Deadeye's brother Ed is his human name, descendant of some demon hunter god Sork dude we learned about in a quest. Be some kind of weird warlock with a gun scythe. Huh, gun scythe. I'd dig that. Just let me summon minions, okay? That's all I care. Just let me summon minions. Don't think it'll be Deadeye's brother since Marnie said he's some at the past, or at least was. Pretty sure around the times when Valencia was green, so my guess is that her brother will be released when the time travels, but it's only a guess. That's actually a good point. I mean, if that is true, when Valencia was green, so then when they eventually release the whole new world where Valencia was grass and forest rather than a desert, then that might be when they'll release that class. If that's accurate, that makes sense. This would line up lore wise, but with all of the Wukong talk, I think it'll be the Wukong before Deadeye's brother. Oh yeah, I forgot about this class. This is like the monkey class with the staff and whatnot. That what in the world? That class was originally released for China. I think it was mobile, right? BDO mobile China. I don't even know if the PC China version has the Wukong yet, but I think I read somewhere where the BDO mobile China actually shut down at the end of January, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe we'll get more of a, maybe we'll get this class right here. That's highly likely. I don't see them doing back-to-back male classes. If so, could be second half next year. I don't see Wukong being from the Demon Lands though, but I could see that being from there. That's a good point. Yeah, I feel like that, like the monkey class doesn't really fit the Demon Lands, but you never know. Hash is the class from the Demon Land, but in the game since February, the only new class is Wukong with a lot of new codes. He will be a Ascension class, Ascension quest icon, and in-game rewards. Interesting. In January, the BDO mobile China was closed. Yeah, so it was January. Probably this is why PA will release Wukong now. I mean, that would make sense because it was exclusive to that game for the China market. Hope they at least make it somehow exciting. I can't imagine a monkey with a stick. Actually, the gameplay on the mobile looks pretty cool. Like it looks really, really cool. Male clerk with mace and shield as main weapon and sub weapon, and wand plus book for awakening. I could see that. Kind of having like a hero type of class to go in that area, kind of like a paladin in a way. I could see that. Succession being all paladin like, while awakening being a holy magic spellcaster. A holy magic spellcaster, or even something akin to light dark, like the disciplined priest, would be an instant main swap for me. Wouldn't that be sage? Suck with dark magic skills and awaken with light skills. Possibly not really. Suck is space, rather slow, but pretty cool. Yeah, that's true. Awakening is close range, burst assassin. Yep. I'm thinking more of a Valkyrie holy aesthetic and sorcerer's dark aesthetic. Playstyle being closer to witch wizard with the ability to be good group support. That's pretty much Nova. Just awakening has a different spin. Necromancer male. Yes. Please. Male Sork, please. Warlock. I've been waiting 9 years. All spells cost and heal big dots. That would be cool. I mean, like a warlock type of class would be cool. I don't know how that would work though. Like having dots. I don't know. I'm sure they could figure it out, but third specialization for everyone. That would be interesting, having like a third class though. Golly, could you imagine? Even like the balancing would be insane. Like we already have like 28, 29 classes, and a lot of those already have like the awakening succession. You add a third to that. Whew, that's a lot. Would be kind of cool though, but I don't see them doing that. Honestly, I expect and hope they make the current class evolve instead of adding a new class, making the current class evolve. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's saying something similar to this person, like having a third specialization. Hope the next to be a Necromancer. Yes, let it be a Necromancer, please. Necromancer, please. I want to summon a cool army of the dead and send them in. Yeah. And I feel like it really wouldn't be that hard to balance it. Right, you just tone down the pets. A male demon class with double daggers, melee combat with a flying demon pet with range AoE attacks. Oh my gosh. All right, yeah, let's go. You're out of your mind if you expect a male class within the next 3 classes. I know that's a good point. The males, it's all about the females. I guess they sell more costumes. I wonder why. We should get the Wukong within the next 3 classes. BDO just released in China. Don't shatter my hopes like this. LOL. I would absolutely love they went back and reworked some older clunky feeling classes like Ranger before they bring out yet another new class. Before you say new classes make the money, people would also reroll to an old class if it looked fun to play again and buy away, etc. on it. Yeah, it's a fair point. I mean, they have been going back and kind of rebalancing the classes, but I kind of agree with this person. It would be cool if they would go back and actually rework a class completely from ground up, not just like add more damage modifiers to a skill, right? I feel like it needs to be completely reworked from the ground up. Maybe new mobility, new skills to kind of keep it more current with the newer classes. Make it male, make it fast, make it cool, and please no 5-year long animation locks. Then PA gets my money. High chance it's Wukong, but I'd prefer Deadeye's brother. A demon hunter inspired the Belmont clan with a whip and a variety of sub-weapons. With a whip. People want to see a whip. I'd like to see another support class who uses an umbrella as a weapon. Okay. I've seen it in another MMO called Moonlight Blade, and it was really unique and interesting. Another support class to get more options than just Shy would be nice. Okay. Yeah. Umbrella. Okay. Yeah. I'd still rather have a Necromancer. My prediction for Demon Land 2029. Nah, bruh. It's going to be released much sooner than that. It'll probably be the end of this year. Hopefully. My class, I want an evil whip lawn, please. Necromancer, Warlock, or Summoner. Lore-wise, if said new class was to come from the Demon Lands, then learning of dark arts was more than needed to survive and fight against them. Or skip the lore, give it some boobs, and everyone will love it. No, please. Male Necromancer. Can't have a demon realm without a hero. New hybrid support class, Paladin, join the fight. Yeah, I could definitely see that for sure. Yep, I could definitely see that. It will be a staff type mage class, possibly controlling the dead. That'd be cool. I don't know why this person got downvoted, but yeah, I mean, either way, Necromancer, right? We are almost 100% going to get some version of the Wukong Monkey King, which would probably be most similar to a male tamer class. He uses a staff similar to the tamer's staff, except his staff can extend and contract. He's also a master of the 72 earthly transformations. One of these skills includes the ability to use magic, so some form of spellcasting isn't out of the playbook. As others have noted, BDO Mobile shut down and a Monkey King character is almost required in the Chinese market. Apparently there's also some stuff supporting an Ascension Monkey King class. We'll see, of course. Yeah, I never even thought about the Wukong, actually. Oh gosh, what in the world? Pretty sure they only announced new classes during the Calphian Ball and not Idle, so you still have a while away. I don't know, I can't remember. I literally just checked this. Wasn't Dosa revealed during Calphian Ball last year? I said I was pretty sure, but yeah, you're right. Dosa was unveiled at Heidel Ball, but I can think of any other classes as of recent besides him. I could go back and check every single release date, but I'm too lazy to do that. I mean, who cares? Either or, Heidel, Calphian, right? We could still hopefully kind of wish on a class. An actual female giant, but she has a big axe, some kind of nonsense magical firearm awakening, and sucks for 6 months before getting absurdly buffed. Okay, yeah, like the female counterpart to Berserker. Sure. I sent a message to PA requesting a suck hot awake based class. Basically a support style caster that would do dark fire damage with heavy dot playstyle in succession, and then heavy hot support and awakening I would love a heavy dot hot class. It could be creative and interesting compared to the normal flow of the game. Conditions and heal over times would add a very unique dynamic and could fit easily into the current framework given the introduction of Awakening Dosa's buffs. Yeah, Awakening Dosa, yeah. A straight up healer class, no, but a dot hot. Maybe in Guild Wars 2, conditions are a key part of combat, but not so much BDO. They're there, just not prominent. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could figure out a way to make it flow and work, but I doubt they're gonna go for something like that, right? Make something like that. Kind of challenging to have a dot class in a game based around clearing packs and one skill. Yeah, even in a few seconds with a hit pull count limit, it's hard on anything that's not a boss. Against players, sure, it could work, but I'm not sure how one would mesh that with the PvE elements in the game, the vast majority of them. Guild Wars 2 gets around that by incorporating burst damage with lingering dots, and it's nice. I'm sure they could figure something out, but yeah, I doubt they'll do that though. Maybe we can finally get a witch demon hunter with a whip and crossbow. We already have a few outfits that exist for that exact thing already. Next class, strong chances to be Wukong, but I hope, like everyone else, that they take this new region opportunity to finally release a Necromancer. Fits the area's theme. Yes, please. Demon Hunter. That is a pretty cool class though. Necromancer, Wukong, class that can tame stuff. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, right? But cool stuff. So yeah, that is the post. Let me know down in the comments kind of your predictions, right? What do you think the class that we might get here at the next ball or the next couple balls, right? Whenever they might decide to release it. Do you think we're going to get a Necromancer? Do you think we're going to maybe get the Wukong class, which I totally didn't even think about? Or maybe do you think we're going to get a class with a whip? It seems like that's probably like the three main classes a lot of people are kind of talking about. Me personally, right, I already kind of said my opinion at the very beginning of this video, but I really hope it's a male Necromancer class. That would be super cool, being able to kind of control the dead and even being able to control the mobs, right, from the mobs that you've killed. I think that'd be really, really cool. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But as always, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great week. Peace.
Sunsets on black desert sky. It's just you and I.